Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live stream. It's a bit weird today. It's a different one today. It's only me, David. Um, it's a bit too early for Jonah to come. Of course, him living in the States in California. Race start is a bit early for him, but you'll have to be stuck with me. Of course, we got to do some watch along and live streaming for the 6 hours of Imola taking place in not that long. I hope some of you are fresh and ready to watch it as well. For me in Denmark, it's about the middle of the day for it, so it's perfect timing for racing. But yeah, I can see some. We're up to 19 viewers on my count here, so slow start, but we're getting ready for this 6 hours of Imola. Of course, last year it was a track that Ferrari was really fast at, and it looks the same this year. Of course, they went 1, 2, 3 at Qatar, and I, for one, hope it won't be a repeat of that. Uh, it looks strong though. We have the 1, 2 starting positions for them. Um, but uh, but yeah, I hope we'll see some overtakes at this track anyway. But yeah, where are you guys from in the around the world? Ready to watch this race? Is it early? Is it a bit late? Or are you like me in the middle of the day? I can see some people saying hi. Hi guys. It's a bit weird for me to be loud. Yeah, hello. So yeah, and who are your predictions? I for one, I don't know if you already seen, but on Instagram we put a post up on the formulajonah Instagram about our predictions for the race. And it looks as though me and Jonah both put Ferrari to win. But I hope that we'll see some fighting for the race win. Of course, last year, the 6 hours of Imola was one of the greatest races, in my opinion, of the season. And I think we could see a race like that again. Of course, Imola being a track that's really difficult to overtake at. We have some guys from New Zealand. That's amazing. That's a long way. That's a long way from where I live. So it's good to see that people are coming from around the world. Um, and yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but right now there's also the 24 hours of Le Mans going. Of course, it's not in the WEC. It's with motorbikes. That's on my screen right now, before the race. So I don't know if you followed that along as well, but it's great racing as well. Favorite cars are the 51 Ferrari, the 20 BMW, and the 38 Caddy. Those are great picks as well. Must say I like those cars as well. Of course, unfortunate for the number 50 Ferrari not to be up there in the hypercar, in the hyperpole. Of course, with track limits, something we see a lot here at Imola, especially in qualifying. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thankful for the support. Up to 36 viewers now. Um, I of course normally here with Jonah. I don't know if you guys heard, but Jonah is still in bed. It's too early for him to be watching this race and or at least be live with us today. But of course we gotta stream something for you guys, and with this being the second round of the W season, we have to follow along, of course. Greetings from Germany. Hello, hello in Germany. Not that far away. That's nice to see some fellow Europeans as well. Um, Forza Ferrari always. Yeah, I mean, it looks as though this season, at least the start, I talked with Jonah about this, that the start of the season is for Ferrari. Spa coming up next is also a track they're really, really strong at, normally, and of course Le Mans being a strong track as well for them, having won the last 2 years. I hope to see some more fighting from the other guys. It seems as though as BMW is also up there. Do you guys think the Toyotas can do a good race? I mean, I would always I would always look at Toyota and think they're in for the race win. Um, Toyota is such a well-oiled team. It's such a great fighting team, and always in it for the victory. And not normally you would always see Toyota, even when they're struggling for pace like they have been this season so far, they will still get great results. Um, so um, so yeah, I would never count them out, and I mean, they qualified fourth and fifth. Um, so yeah, I see them having a great race. I don't know if they'll move that much up the grid, just because of how difficult it is to overtake at this track. I think we'll see a lot of the action happening on the safety cars. I just checked the weather report as well, hoping for some rain like we had last year. Unfortunately, it looks pretty clear skies at least. So yeah, no rain expected, but of course there could be a surprise. But yeah, I think most of the action will come if we have a safety car, somebody goes off. Otherwise, it's a really difficult track to overtake at. Yeah, thank you for the support. I like you and Jonas' content a lot. I hope you like it. Of course, we put a lot of work into it. Of course, I've only been on the channel for about a year. Um, but last year, with all the support in the streams last year, I just look forward to doing even more of this. Um, but yeah, keep the questions coming. We have a bit of time before race start. Um, will we be going? We'll be attending some rounds this year. Um, we have actually we try to contact a bit around teams and stuff, and we have been looking at coming to races. I know Jonah normally is going to Laguna Seca for IMSA. Um, I don't know if we'll make some content on it or it will be the short videos that we normally do for it. But we definitely want to be starting to go to races and do some content from there, videos or live streams or whatever. But yeah, it takes of course some money and some time to do that. Plus, me and Jonah lives in both different parts of the world, so we have to coordinate a bit. But we're looking for it. We're looking forward to start to go and attend some races. Also in the WEC, of course. Right now, it's mainly IMSA due to Jonah's location. But yeah, we're looking to do something like that. Um, yeah, I would agree with the comment about Toyota normally being better in the race. It's also in race. It's all about strategy. We see this with Porsche in IMSA a lot. Um, that BMW may have the fastest car in IMSA, but due to Porsche Penske's strategy calls and their in general management of a race, they normally will get good results, and that's the same thing for Toyota. Even though their pace isn't there, they'll always have the greatest strategy in some way or have a great strategy call that nobody else saw. Um, and usually, those teams that can do that are the champions. We saw it with Audi as well, fighting Peugeot back in the 2000s. They also always had a strategy to beat them. Um, So it's about having those connections and having those strategy calls and have a great team behind you and a fast car usually gets you the wins. But of course, sometimes one of the other is better. Do you believe that it's due to the balance of performance that the likes of Porsche and Toyota had such a difficult start to the season, or is it the car in general? BOP has an effect. And I just also think that the competition has catched up a bit. We see Ferrari really making a step this year. Um, and BMW as well. It's not only for, of course, Ferrari. We can only compare that in this championship, but we also seen IMSA that BMW has made a huge step this year with the car. So I would say it's a combination of the two. Of course, we see in IMSA the Porsche is really great with their BOP. That's two separate BOPs that we're running, that they're running. So yeah, I think that's one part of it, and then also tracks fitting the cars. Last year, of course, Qatar was a different thing. Porsche was really good there last year. Not so much this year, but Ferrari was also strong at Qatar and Imola and Spa coming up next. So it's a combination of the track fitting the cars and the BOP, how that goes. So I think they'll definitely still be up there fighting. Porsche is in a bit of a slump right now, not really anywhere near the front. But as I mentioned before, even though pace isn't really with the car, sometimes strategies and the team behind you can get you the results anyway. And great drivers as well. We see this with BMW a lot in IMSA that the team is really young and not used to running at the front, and that makes mistakes. Of course, with the iconic at the pit stop at Daytona, um, where they made a mistake, and that lost a huge amount of time, and maybe ultimately the race with that front end. I sound like a German. That's funny. I am Danish, but thank you. Yeah, I think it's going to be an amazing season as well. I I mean, we haven't really talked about this in the live stream. We haven't had the time to, but I spoke with Jonah yesterday about how many teams are coming to sport. How many we talked a bit about these boutique teams like Aston, French Kini, and Glingenhaus not making it because there's so many big teams now joining the grid. We see McLaren and Ford and Hyundai with Genesis. Um, so yeah, just an amazing time to watch racing and motorsport in general. Um, right now is the peak of endurance racing, and I'm just happy to enjoy it with you guys as well. Without BOP, who has the fastest car? That's a difficult question to answer. I think Toyota is a good call. Ferrari as well up there. I think BOP is one. You could say BOP is an element to make it closer, but ultimately, if you make a great car, you'll still be fast. Um, so it can really ruin a car, but it can't ruin it, and you can't ruin your race and your race pace that much that it won't show that you put in a lot of work with a great car. Like we see again and again, even though the BOP hits them, still being up there, still fighting for victories. So yeah, no, BOP is just one part of pace. But for sure, Porsche. I think Porsche has more pace than they're showing right now. Um, I don't know if they are focusing on Le Mans and it's a bit of sandbagging. It could be that as well. Um, but um, but yeah, I think there will be more pace in the cars than we're seeing right now. I also would like to see Cadillac doing a bit better. There is still this Cadillac curse around the WEC, um, with what we saw at Qatar on the safety car, the two hitting each other, and knowing if you watched last year, if you know Hurst Team Toyota, it's not like it's the team. It's not like it's the drivers. There's something wrong about this Cadillac in the WEC, and it just doesn't go together for some reason. But of course, only second round of the season. So let's hope it's gonna be a bit better. Um, do you think a recovery of Ferrari number 50 during the race? I think it's really difficult. Um, if you watch qualifying, the commentators also spoke about this that maybe this is the weekend ruined for the number 50, which is sad. I of course, being a Danish Danish guy myself, hope for, if it is a Ferrari, then it's the number 50, because of Niklas Nielsen. Um, but yeah, I think it's so difficult to overtake this track, and it firstly having to move through the GT field, and then having to move through no, not moving through the GT field, move through the slower hypercar field, and then fight for the victory with the two other Ferraris probably moving away in front. Then it's a miracle if they get another one, two, three for Ferrari. But never say never in motorsports. Of course, it's 6 hours of racing, so a lot can happen. But without like speaking, talking this race down, without any action like cars getting off, or if we have a really clean race, we probably won't see a lot of overtakes. Um, so yeah, the two Ferraris in front is probably um, the best we're going to see from Ferrari. I think the number 50 is going to have a real tough time. Um, yeah, 82 viewers, guys. That's crazy. I mean, wanted to listen to me only and not me and Jonah. That's great. That just that warms my heart a lot. So yeah. Not that long from racing now. I am my screen says a few minutes, and then it goes on to the WEC stream instead. Um, what's your take on the Aston Martin Valkyrie so far? Yeah. How do you, I mean, this is their first season. Of course, some critics would say that it's an old car. It's one of the first actual cars made for the Hypercar program, um, but the team has only had it for not that long, um, and I see this as a first season, as a test season. It's more about finishing races and getting a lot of miles under this car and understanding this car, before we can really see what it can do. I hope it's not another Peugeot, because of course Peugeot being like the best example of a great manufacturer, a well known manufacturer, racing manufacturer, having a cool car. We still think that's a really, really cool, good looking car that is just slow. And I hope it's not the same with Aston Martin, but right now it's to the back of the field, and for them to finish these races and have as little problems as possible is best case scenario. And of course, who can hate on having a car in the field with that sound? Certainly not me. I love that car. Um, yeah, Valentino Rossi put the car on pole. We haven't talked about the GTs at all, but it looks a strong track for BMW. I wouldn't count out Lexus as well. It looks as though that they were also close to getting pole position, but just with track limits at the end of qualifying hyperpole. So yeah, could have been. I think we'll see a lot more action in the GT field than we're going to see in the hypercar field. But um, so yeah, I think that's where the action is going to come today. And Valentino Rossi being in the fan favorite Valentino Rossi being on pole position for his home Grand Prix, that's just awesome. But yeah, um, lovely to also to see three different manufacturers in the top three. So if you haven't looked at our predictions, please go to Instagram and see our predictions for the race. Usually we're a bit wrong. We go a bit bold, and I'm also well aware of my championship predictions, constructors predictions, saying that Porsche is going to win the whole thing. It's looking pretty bad right now, but let's um, let's hope that turns around at least a little bit. You're asking for rain. It's about 42% chance of it. Um, but like for my forecast, it's only 10% at the end of the day. Um, so maybe to the end of the race, but certainly not at the start. And if you're looking at the live stream right now, as I am, it's a bit cloudy, but it's blue skies. So yeah, no rain expected. Toyota Gazoo Racing and Caddy. Yeah, two great teams as well. Um, love seeing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Age 46. Imagine being that age and still driving at the top level like Valentino Rossi is. That's just awesome. Um, yes, we see the cars going around right now. For warm up. Yeah, could be interesting race. What's the BMW lineup? You mean where it lines up on the grid? Because it's starting in third place. Same let me do. Thanks. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, we're not that long away from. Oh my God, guys, 100 viewers. That's just awesome. 23 minutes into a live stream and I have 100 viewers with you guys. That's awesome. Yeah, but give me your predictions for the race. Who do you think are gonna win? Are we gonna have are we gonna have a new team winning this year already? Is it not gonna be a Ferrari, or is it just gonna be dominance? What do you guys think? As right now, on my screen, Kevin Magnussen and Valentino Rossi talking to each other. Two great drivers, of course. With Kevin Magnussen starting third for BMW in that number 15 car. Um, yeah, I can just Ferrari, Porsche, BMW, Toyota, Caddy. Is that for is that for the end of the race, or is it for the season champ? So you're in the top three. I mean, that's a great call. I think there's going to be a lot of fighting for that third place, in my opinion. Um, I think the two Ferraris are going to be split. I hope so. Your top five in the race. That's a great top five. I mean, that would be some drive for the Porsche if they finish in top five. But yeah, I would love to see that as well. A different manufacturer, like all different manufacturers in the top five. That's pretty awesome. I think it's going to be a tough task, but yeah, I'll never say never with Porsche. They were close to it as well in Qatar, making a bold strategy call, but ultimately not finishing well for them. I can just find my predictions for you guys. If you haven't watched them on Instagram, please do. But my predictions are that Ferrari number 51, I think it's going to be a pole position and a win. And then the number 15 car in second place. I think that the BMW is going to split the Ferraris. I think BMW right now have the second fastest car, and the only real car to match or fight with Ferrari on pace is the BMW. Then the 83 Ferrari, of course, and Toyota number eight, and then Peugeot. I saw a lot of great signs from Peugeot in practice. Also, they made it to Hyperpole, which is great to see. Um, of course, starting seventh, I think they can make up a bit of some moves and get up the field. Uh, Alpine to pull something incredible on this race. Interesting call. Of course, starting in sixth and eighth, I see that as well. It's not impossible for them to do something. Last year we had a crazy race here, so a lot of things can happen. Also, with these tracks where it's difficult to overtake, some drivers may get impatient and just make the moves. Um, yeah, let's say Ferrari, Toyota, Alpine. A lot of support for Alpine here. Um, Making it into a top three. Yeah, I haven't really gotten the like a huge amount of love for Alpine. I love of course, I love teams racing in this championship, but I haven't really seen um that consistency from Alpine. I would love to see them get some results and make this a big fight for the overall constructors championship. Um, yeah. So yeah, but they, of course, last year they had great results as well. It wasn't a win. Was it a win last year at Fuji? They had a great race at Fuji. I remember that. Um, but yeah, and if you guys want Jonah's predictions here to come, it's the 83 to win the race and the 51 to finish second, the number 15 BMW to finish third, the number 7 Toyota. So we agree on not Toyota being fourth, both of us finishing fourth, and Porsche making a comeback ride with the number 6 to finish in the top five. That's Jonah with his usual bold predictions, picking the Porsche to finish in the top five. Right now is a bold prediction. Um, I think um, I think they're gonna have a tough start to the season. I think their pace will really only show when we get to Le Mans, which of course is the biggest race. But yeah, tough start to the season for them. Yeah, as we get the manufacturer standings right now on my screen is Ferrari with 66 points, all the way down to second place is 30 BMW with 35 points. So just showing how great a start that Ferrari got at Qatar. So yeah, how long are you gonna follow the race? Are you gonna watch the whole 6 hours, or are you just gonna step in for a couple of hours and then leave? Or and where are you watching it on? I for one am right now watching it on Eurosport. Normally I would be watching on the WEC TV, but I'm not at my usual location. If you haven't noticed, I'm not at my home right now. Um, but still putting in the time to live stream with you guys. A Ferrari hat trick. Yeah, hat trick for for Ferrari at Le Mans would be quite wild. I mean, the storyline is the same as we saw in the '60s with the Ford, Ferrari dominating Le Mans, and then Ford coming and ruining the party. Um, that would be quite crazy. I, for one, hope that Porsche will win Le Mans for the 20th win, and also making it the Triple Crown. Um, that would be just absolutely astonishing for them to win both Sebring, Daytona, and Le Mans. Um, and if there is a team to do that, it's Porsche. But yeah, I right now they have to change things around for that to happen. But Ferrari definitely could go for the hat trick, and that would be as wild as getting Triple Crown almost. Of course, Le Mans being such a difficult track to win at. A famous quote from one of the Audi guys was that it takes he was asked how long when they will start planning for next year's Le Mans, and he said tomorrow, and that was after the race finish. So it takes a year to win that race, and if anyone could talk about that, it will be Audi, of course, winning it a lot of times as well. Uh, yeah, but keep the questions coming and keep the predictions coming. I love to read your predictions. Um, of course, we are still a bit away from race. You can watch the race. I don't know if you already checked it out, but Jonah made a preview video where he always in the end mentions how you can watch the race. But um, if you are in the States, you have to watch it on HBO Max, the streaming service. Otherwise, you can go. The best place to go is to the WEC TV app or the website. where you can watch all the races. It's a paid subscription service. So so yeah, it will cost a little bit of money, but it's not that expensive if you only buy one of the specific races that you want to watch. Um, and then you get a lot of great views and onboards and timing screens and all those stuff. But otherwise, you can just stay here with me. I will, of course, as you see to my left or right, I have the data and this the live data from the race to watch the top 12 for Hypercar. What's my take on Formula One? Or are we joining Formula One? It's a mix. I hope that they will be joining endurance racing instead. Of course, there was also talks of doing that with WRT. Um, so yeah, I hope that they will be joining endurance racing instead. I don't really I of course I'm a huge Audi fan, so I'm gonna support them in Formula One no matter what. But yeah, I wish they will come back to Le Mans instead. I think that's their home for racing. But Audi, of course, seeing a lot of potential in the new regulations for Formula One, and yeah, let's see how they. I think they'll get a great start to Formula One. Um, so yeah, but Formula One is a whole different case. I mean, such a different kind of championship than endurance racing, and such a different regulations as well. So it's something completely new for Audi, and yeah, it hasn't looked that easy for them. As some would say, like as some would think maybe before going into this next season. But yeah, right now looks good. Gonna be a great driver lineup. Yeah. Um, so it will be a tough task. As right now I see the driver lined up for the national anthem, and that's like we're right before race start. We're right before they go out to the formation lab. Um, Great to see a lot of people at the grandstands as well. Of course, the support for WEC has been growing so much the last few years with the Hypercar pro program really getting a lot of attention. So yeah, looking forward to see how much this sport can grow. I for one wish that we can get to the heights of Formula One. Of course, me and Jonah are hugely inspired by the P1 podcast with Matt and Tommy. Um, that's actually one of the reasons why when I came to Jonah, I talked about them with this whole live streaming idea, and thankfully he was on board. So we try to make our own thing, of course, but we are hugely inspired by them. Your understands is getting a bit worse. Oh, I mean, I would not say no to a bit of rain. Um, I think Ferrari will be a bit mad about some rain, knowing their history at this track with rain. It's a really difficult track to race at, and just going on about your comment about the fast corner where Caddy crashed. It's a difficult track to race at. And these cars are really big, and the downforce is, of course, they have a lot of downforce, but compared to Formula One cars, who's also having difficulties overtaking this track, these cars aren't that doesn't have that much downforce. They aren't that quick, as quick as the Formula One. So it's even more difficult for these cars to overtake here, and not having the help of DRS down the straights just makes it almost impossible. But then again, we have 6 hours and not a couple of laps, so So yeah, a lot of racing ahead of us. Start time, it's around 1 p.m. the start time. So in about 13 minutes. Um, so yeah, still a bit of time for before we get race start, and I'll be live for just about a couple of laps. It also depends, of course, if you guys are up for a long live stream, we'll do a long live stream, and if the racing is good, then of course I'm gonna um be uh, be continuing for longer, but yeah, um they start in around, yeah, 15 minutes, so 10 minutes, not that long. So right now they're doing the national anthem, and we're just waiting for the cars to start the engines and get going for the formation lap in 10 minutes. Yeah, yeah, already live. I just wanted the discussion to start, and a bit of fun time before the race. Of course, this being the first time I'm doing this by myself, I had to try some things out, and we're gonna do a lot more live streams. I mean, if you like me being alone with it, or Jonah doing these things alone, it'll make it a lot easier for us to do individual live streams for times like this where the race start is um, really early for Jonah, or really late for me if it's a race in the States. Then we can just do these alone. And if you're up for it, then we're gonna do this a lot more. No, I'm not gonna stream the visual. I mean the race. I'm gonna be streaming the data and talking over it, of course. But no, I don't have the licensing to do the race live, the feed live. Um, Hopefully, if we get in a lot of viewers and WC wants us to do that, we I wouldn't say no, but so far no. It's just gonna be a watch along, and only for the start of the race. Of course, I could probably be here sitting and talking for 6 hours about this race, um, but yeah, I also have other things to do today. So yeah, as now we see finally some action. Um, the last few interviews and the pit crews getting away from the starting line, and we're getting ready to get this formation lab started. Um, yeah, hopefully the BMWs in particular get a break this time. Yeah, I hope they'll get some luck on their hands finally, and that final bit of pace before um like that we can get going. They seem so close and seem just about to win the races, but still lagging the last bits of pace to get it over the line. I think it's also just about I mean, the team. WRT is a great team. Don't get me wrong, but there's a difference to fighting in the midfield of Hypercar and then fighting for victory, and they are just up against Ferrari and Toyota and Porsche, who are really good teams at making calls and having won multiple races in this championship before. That really gets you a long way. So I think it's just about BMW getting that first victory this year, and I think they'll pile on some after that. Yeah, the BMW has the potential. It is there just about, but just like in the last bits of luck or pace, there's a lot of factors in winning and losing. But of course, we've seen them being extremely fast over one lap. It's just about the race quality and race consistency they lack. I think for BMW, they sure has to be satisfied with how the season is going so far. They are up there, they're fighting. They're right now second in the championship, constructors championship. Um, Looking back at last year, they weren't close to that. So if they can keep this up and still be in the fight for the championship, I think they'll be really, really happy with the development from last year. But of course, a long season ahead again. This is only the second round, and we aren't even started yet. We haven't even started yet. So yeah, still a long way. But I think for BMW being at the top of the field for both IMSA and WEC shows that the things they've done over the break has worked. So if it's nice to see another team join the top pack, and hopefully we aren't losing a team like Porsche to the midfield. Um, which car? I'm supporting Porsche. I've always been supporting German. I've been supporting Audi for a long time, since I was a kid, with Tom Christensen driving that car. And and when they left, I started supporting Porsche instead because they were the next German team. Um, and then, of course, Porsche being joined back at the hypercar level, I jumped on them, supported them. But I also, I'm in general supporting the Danish drivers. I like the BMW. I like the look of it, and I like Kevin Magnussen. So yeah, I hope to see them win. But for the championship, I'm supporting Porsche, and I hope to see them up the grid instead of this 10th and 12th places. It's not where they belong. They belong at the top. Um, yeah, we are not that far away now. What are your thoughts about the new look at the Genesis, Hyundai's hypercar? Do you like the look of it? I think it looks a bit like the Ferrari, if I'm honest. Of course, the headlights is a different thing, but the back of it looks a lot like a Ferrari. Um, so interested to see it out on the grid. Um, but what do you guys think of it? And is it gonna be is Genesis gonna come in like we see sort of Alpine and already making a mark on the midfield? Or is it just gonna do an Aston Martin and be in the bottom of the field? Yeah, I can't wait to see it go. Yeah. Yeah, look, I love the fiery look of it. I think, and Jonah spoke about this as well, that it's gonna be difficult to if if McLaren joins with an orange car as well, it's gonna be difficult to look see which car is which, because of that orange color as well on the Genesis. But yeah, I hope to see some difference. Yeah, you're staying loyal, yeah, loyal to BMW and the Peugeots. I mean, right now, in my opinion, if we look at just liveries, I think that Toyota has it. That black, evil, almost empire color, knowing that they're the most dominant team, that just hits different. Um, but certainly wouldn't look past Cadillac, versus Team Toyota, knowing what they're doing with that golden car, just looks awesome. Uh, as the cars are now on the Formation Lab, we have them out now where you can watch. If you're in Norway, you should be able to watch it on Eurosport and Eurosport 2 and the WEC app, the TV app. Yeah, McLaren, yeah, McLaren joining Hypercar. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I mean, this field cars, we have four Genesis, McLaren joining this already huge field of cars. And I think all of them will be fighting for of course, McLaren and Ford being great teams, motorsporting teams, they'll be up there for sure. I mean, nobody comes to the WEC not wanting to win, but there's a difference with the history of the team. Um, so yeah, I think we're just gonna see a lot more fight and like fighting at the top, not the teams joining. I think the Valkyrie is underperforming because it's such a new car to the team, and they still have to find out setups and how to make the car stable. It looks a bit of a handful to drive, so it's just about getting the car into a mode where it's easy to drive and still fast. So they're just learning the car, and they're learning how to make it quick and easy to drive. Um, but yeah, I think when they get that down, it's going to be up there. Um, so you see the cars coming around, still in the formation lap. I think they're going to do two formation laps before getting going. Yeah, a lot of bronze drivers starting in bronze and still silver drivers starting in the GT3. That's normal. Of course, you want to get that out of uh, some bronze and silver drivers are of course faster than other, but you want to get their required time out of the way so we can get the gold and the platinum drivers and the pros into the cars to really fight for victory. So the first few stints is about just keeping the car in one piece and keeping the pace up and staying with the front pack. And if you can do that, then the pros will get into the car and the real racing will start. But we've seen for the last few years that some silver drivers really make or break a race and can really match pros sometimes. So yeah, but that's completely normal for bronze drivers to start the GT3 cars and also LMP2s when if we're talking uh, at Le Mans. Merck, I don't. I mean, they just joined GT3, so I don't think they'll be joining right now. Also with the Formula One program, or will be joining Hypercar. But never say never. I also didn't think that McLaren is going to join, which are going to join, but they are. As we get ready for race start, we're closing in on the start of the 6 hours of Imola. This is going to be amazing, man. I think it's going to be a real classic again this year. And close fighting. The last few corners as clock strikes one local time. Two Ferraris lining up as we get ready to go for 6 hours of racing. Hopefully without any drama of crashes, but a lot of drama on track with overtakes. Let's see if Ferrari can make it another 1, 2, 3, or it's just going to be a new manufacturer winning for the first time as the cars round the final two corners. And we are almost ready to get going. It is, I think there's a bit of latency, but as the safety car turns in, is almost green flags here as me. I can see some of you have seen them being let loose at BMW, really close up to the Ferrari. And we're going with the 6 hours of Imola. Now we're going green flag here at me at least. I see some latency for me, but as the BMW almost up the inside of the 83, it is up the inside, cut off. Um, so the 1-2 staying in place, a lot of movement down the field. As we see, the GT3 is also getting going, a lot of movement. That those Toyota looking to fight that BMW. The Ferrari is getting a bit away, as predicted, some would say. Porsche fighting down the midfield. A lot of movement down the midfield of Hypercar. Alpine up to six, up to seven and eight. Peugeot pushing ahead as well. That really, really tight field as the Ferraris just pull away from this. This is ideal ground for Ferrari to pull away from. As in GT3, we see the 46 stay in front, stay in first position. So the pole position sitters have stayed in first position. And if you look, I look to the side, it's because my screen of the race is over here. But you should be able to see on the data next to me the race and the different cars move up and down. First lap is done for me here, and yeah, the top three the same. But Toyota still close ahead. It looks like Ferrari is getting away. That Ferrari power that we saw in qualifying seems to stick in the race, but a lot more movement on the first lap, and everybody surviving on the first lap. Um, Something I didn't expect. I thought we were going to see um, more crashes and more drama on this first lap. But really nice to see professional driving and close but fair driving for the start of this race. Now, of course, still with the pack tight bunch together right now, we get these few first laps with really, really close racing. But again, difficult to overtake at this track unless we're at the start. Um, yeah, Ferrari, the number 50, also moving up places. It's going to be a tough task for that car, but it seems as though Ferrari has the pace over the rest of the field right now. But don't never say never. Toyota still fighting that BMW number 15, just about staying in front. As Niklas Nielsen is up to 15th in that number 50 Ferrari. Really good start for the Ferraris in general. Lexus and Ford fighting in the GT3 field. So close fighting all over the place, but not for the podium positions. Not for the first two positions. They're um, sticking ahead and all, moving a bit away. So the fight for the lead is pretty stable, but it's down the midfield of the two classes that we're really seeing the action right now. That's that number 51 Ferrari just moving away. Huge gap, almost already moving up between the two Ferraris and the rest of the field. So is it another 1, 2, 3 incoming for Ferrari? Is it really that dominant the start of the season that Ferrari is going to get? Or no, just answering. VPN doesn't work on YouTube. They will not be live streaming it on YouTube. It's not like IMSA, unfortunately. But if you're living in the States, it will work for you to. It should probably work for you to if you want to watch it on the WEC app, because that's not available in the States. Um, but in the rest of the world, if you are living in the States, you have to go on Max to watch the race. It will be shown there. No incident at the start. Yeah, incredible. Also compared to last year, where we saw a lot more going on at the start. This is incredibly safe and close action, but no hitting each other, and that's ultimately what we want. Close racing, but no crashes. But of course, this being such a difficult track to overtake it, I don't think that will stay uh, for that long. You live in Asia and where you can watch the race for free. I don't think there is a place where you can watch it for free. just coming back to a question from earlier about Mercedes joining. Um, I don't think they will announce. I mean, I've been surprised before with Hypercar program and so many different teams joining, but I just see Mercedes focusing on 2026 for Formula One, and then maybe after that we can see some changes. But you never know. You never know. As this is exactly what I talked about. So difficult to overtake at this track. After that first lap, it's after the start, it's just going to be close, almost draft racing, but no overtaking because it's so difficult to get the momentum to go up the inside of people on this track and still stay on track, making it a legal overtake. Um, but yeah, as we see movement, the Ferrari up 3 places since the start, really well done for the number 50 Ferrari. Porsche losing a bit of places, both of them dropping down 2 places. So again, not looking like a race for Porsche to remember so far, but I'm talking about the first 7 minutes of a 6 hour race, so a long time to go, and still a lot of racing to go as well. Hopefully, we'll get 6 hours of clear racing and no safety car needed. Um, but yeah, that's unlikely, unfortunate. Um, and I don't. If you right now also look into like for a team like Mercedes, it's about getting success. And if the GT3 right now, they're still learning about GT3, and it's a historic thing for them to join back racing at Le Mans with their history at that track not being the greatest. So I think for Mercedes, it's just about seeing where they can get with this GT3 car with Iron Links, um, which right now is looking to the back of the field expected. It's a new car for Iron Links as well. Um, but yeah, um, still, I think it's too early to tell anything about this. And also the grid size. I mean, will WEC and ACO still allow more and more teams to join, or will this come at a cost of some teams? I think the grid size is almost at the max right now, and we are seeing the LMP2, of course, the first thing to be cut because of grid size. Um, so yeah, with GT3 also growing and Hypercar growing, at some point we'll have to say no to some teams that wanting to join just because there isn't the space for them, and then it's about money all of a sudden and results. So me and Jonah talked a bit about this that ELMS could all hopefully start to get some hypercars and be this almost F2 for WEC with young drivers growing in ELMS and then coming up to WEC to race. Something we're already seeing a bit of, but yeah, I would love to see some of these boutique small teams like Isoda and Klinkenhaus race in ELMS, and then for those drivers to jump up into Hypercar after that. But I think right now that's dream forts instead of realistic forts, as we see the number 27 Heart of Racing falling down the grid, now down to sixth place. Um, Not the start that they would have wanted. Um, it's not right now. We're following the bottom part of the GT3 field. But yeah, top three still Valentino Rossi's BMW, the 4016 WRT, leading the pack. And in the hypercar, it's a 1-2 for Ferrari with the 51 leading the 83. And BMW number 15 still holding that third position to the two fighting Toyotas. Um, and in sixth place, it's Peugeot picking up 1 place up into sixth, and Alpine a seventh and eighth position right now, sticking. So they got Cadillac in ninth, and rounding out the top 10, it's a 94 Peugeot. So so yeah, still a long time to go, and still close. at least in the midfield of Hypercar, positions wise. But it's a tough track to follow each other. It's a tough track to overtake at, and right now we're seeing the effect of that. Difficult, especially in Hypercar, to overtake at this track. Niklas Nielsen in that number 50 Ferrari trying to make up positions, of course, losing out in qualifying due to an invalid lap, pushing them down into to last place. So already well done for them to push up to 15th, but it's not where the Ferrari want to be, knowing that its sister car is in the first place, of course. Um, I think if you were Ferrari, you want to end this championship right now with the pace that they have, and just continue to dominate the field as they're doing. As we see the number 51 now catching up to the GT3 field, the two leading Ferraris starting to catch up in traffic. The hypercar field now, yeah, dealing with traffic. And this is where, of course, if you're new to endurance racing, this is where the difference is made. This is where you win and lose positions. It's how you deal with traffic, how you get through this traffic easy as possible, fast as possible. And also, if you're in a GT3, how you let these incredibly quick hypercar cars by without losing track position to the cars ahead or behind. Um, this is where you win or lose time. And ultimately, also at this track, this is where we're going to see most overtakes happen because of traffic and because of positioning in those cases. But yeah, everybody getting through seemingly in one piece and in the same positions. No real drama yet, but let's see. Cars following each. Oh, Toyota getting past and pushing that Corvette to the brim. So there's a lot of cars on a small track right now. Just want to say thank you as well, guys. 88 viewers still watching. Um, so thankful that you want to keep me in company watching this race. Um, as the 51 already have pulled out a 3.6 second lead to the number 83, just showing how much pace that Ferrari has uh, over the other cars in the field. Of course, traffic also plays a part there, but really, really wild to see how much more pace there is in Ferrari right now, and it seemingly is as that nobody can match them. We saw in qualifying almost a second difference in pace, so wild to see. But it's not impossible. Of course, BMW in its second practice getting a time matching it down to the thousandths of a second to the Ferraris, but right now race wise it's Ferrari's race to lose. Something they did last year, of course. They also looked incredible, dominating at the Imola last year, but rain came in and changed all that, ending up with a Toyota victory. So let's see something similar will happen this year. Yeah, pushing harder, maybe. I don't know. It comes down to a lot of things. For the 51 right now, it's all about getting away, um, creating that gap, but and the 83 as well. So I think if you're sitting in the 83, you still want to keep in company of that 51. It's just about um, staying on the rear of that leading car and pushing away from the number 15 BMW. The 15 BMW pushing everything it can. Probably right now we're seeing a history like beforehand. There would be an endurance race where you had to stay calm and really not push the car too much in the starting hours. But this is 6 hours sprint, and um, 6 hours can go by real quickly if you aren't on pace. So yeah, they are fighting with everything they can, no doubt, and trying their hardest to push away. Of course, still keeping the tires in check, but this is still the starting laps of the race, so they'll push everything they have to create this gap, and then we can start seeing strategy play its part. But right now it's too early for any strategy to have an effect, as that number 7 Toyota still keeping the BMW of Kevin Magnussen in company, fighting for third position, which is something we of course talked about. This is probably going to be one of those races where it's third position that's going to be the fight about. And right now, Kevin Magnussen keeping him company and keeping him behind, but Toyota not leaving uh, any space for him to make a mistake, as the gap is under half a second right now. So really, really close fighting, as Ferrari, the number 50, still fighting with the number 5 Porsche to get up the field. Again, wild to see Porsche this far down the grid. Not somewhere we expected them to be, but so far this season not having the pace that Porsche Penske would like. But no doubt in my mind that it will return at some point. Yeah, Niklas Nielsen trying to move up places, of course. Still so unfortunate for that car to get the lap invalidated, and not being able to fight for race win, honestly, because it's such a difficult track to overtake at. As he tries to make the move down the inside, and he does, the number 50 up to 14th place, continuing its fight to get up into the points paying position. Of course, it's only the top 10 getting points at the at at this track in WEC. So yeah, 4 positions more and we're in the points. Yeah, and that's just commenting on the statement that the 963 is having a field day in IMSA, as you say. Yeah, that's just the difference of BOP and tracks and how the car is set up. I mean, uh, it's different tracks in the States than it is in Europe, and the American Porsche Penske team is right now just hitting its stride and getting getting the strategy calls perfectly right, and having the pace and the setups for the cars and the tracks. So everything is just playing perfectly for them in IMSA, but right now struggling in WEC. Something we also saw with Cadillac, of course. Cadillac in IMSA last year, really, really well, doing really, really well, and being up there, but in WEC just not anywhere close to having the same amount of success. So yeah, it's not unusual, but definitely something that if you are sitting at Porsche, you would want to eliminate as fast as possible and get the same pace as you see in IMSA over to the WEC. Also, according to forecast, possibilities of rain, some say. Yeah. Hopefully we'll see a bit of rain. But yeah, just right now the race really settling in. We're not seeing a lot of movement. Of course, one overtake for the Ferrari number 50 up against the Porsche moving down the field, losing positions. But yeah, Imola showing how difficult it is to track to overtake at. Uh, yeah, BOP definitely plays a part, but BOP isn't everything. I can't state this enough that BOP also plays into Toyotas right now. They're not on pace right now as well, but they're still up there. I mean, if you're a car, you still have to make a great car and a car that really works, uh, and and uh, and keeps on the pace, and is reliable and all these factors. So if you're a great team and have a great car, BOP won't affect you that much. I also suspect a bit of sandbagging ahead of Le Mans, if I'm honest. I think Porsche is doing a lot to win Le Mans this year, seeing that it could be the Triple Crown. But You never know. Yeah, as we see a great move down in the GT field. And right now, the French teams, Alpine and Peugeot, fighting over sixth position, two Alpines against one Peugeot. That can only end badly for the Peugeot. But of course, having track position at this track is so important. Um, and we're going to see a lot of, if we see moves, it's going to be these great moves. It's not going to be easy moves at this track. We aren't going to see them just drive past each other. Um, this is for, it look like it looks like it's sponsored from by Martini. Yeah, I don't know. Um, those Ford Mustangs really showing something different this year. Also in IMSA, also getting a lot better results. And they seem like they are on top of that car now. Um, yeah, you'd love to see it. To see teams like last year, Mustang had such a difficult year, and now they just found out how to make that car fast and how to make it competitive. And that's just it. I mean, for people also talking about the Valkyrie being slow right now, things can change in a heartbeat in motorsports. So when you find that solution to pace problems and how to set up the car to be both fast and reliable, then you're going to see some real difference. And it can go as from as far as finishing last to all of a sudden finishing up at the top. Um, so yeah, those small problems that every team will have at the start with a new car is something you have to iron out. And Mustang really did that well. And now we just hope for teams like Aston Martin to do that as well, because of course we want to see more teams fighting. Also, right now, taking the fight to Ferrari in general. I think Ferrari right now is the car to beat and is showing on track as well. Um, Having the fastest car, but it's all about having the fastest car and still sticking to strategy, still staying out of trouble. It's now 5.5 hours as we get a yellow flag in what sector? Quick yellow flag. It's disappeared all again. So just probably a small incident of one car just quickly getting off the track and back on it. Nothing we see a replay about, so it's probably not that serious. Um, yeah, as we soon hit the first half an hour gone of this race, and really the race settling in now. We have at the hypercar field through the GT3 field, and no real problems. A bit of overtaking, um, cars getting into the groove and to the racing. Like what we know this from the endurance racing, that the race will settle and then all of a sudden something will happen, somebody making a small mistake, and then the race is turned upside down. So that's the part of racing we're getting to right now. Again, the GT field getting overtaken and lapped again by the hypercars. Um, so yeah, but yeah, close racing, fair racing, and the professional drivers as we get into finishing the first half an hour of this race. And I'm also gonna stop the stream now. I'm gonna end it off for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked me as well, and I'll leave you to watch the rest of this race with the commentating of the WEC crew. But yeah, look forward to a review of this stream, a video from that. And also, of course, follow us on the socials. We'll be posting about this race uh, throughout the day and keeping you informed if you aren't available to watch the race in any service. Stick to our YouTube channel and to our socials on Instagram. We'll be we'll be giving out all the news that we get and everything, every action, bit of action from Imola to you guys there. But for now, this is me saying thank you and bye bye. Thanks for a great stream and great chat as well. I'm so thankful for you guys liking me as well, and those 78 viewers right now. So thankful that you wanna watch me also just talk alone about this. But yeah, I'm gonna head off, and I'll see you next time, where we're probably gonna do another watch along live stream. Um, but yeah, see you next time, and thank you for